Welcome to Empower with Umazi. In today's episode, I have Nadia with me. She's a friend. I met her I think like a year ago or 2 years ago through a mutual friend. And we've been in touch. She's been doing amazing. She's working, she's traveling, she's having fun, she's living life. And guys, I just want you to listen to her story and get inspired, learn something from her. So I'm going to give her an opportunity to introduce herself.
Hi, everybody. My name is Angie Nadia Mohoza. I'm from Rwanda, but I came to this country in 2020. Met Esther, like she said, from a friend. And from there, it's been like 3 years down the road since we got to know each other. I'm so grateful for knowing her. She's been amazing. She's been a great person, very supportive in any ways. And I thank her so much for bringing me up on this platform. So coming to Canada, to be honest with you, I feel like it was a game changer. So I came in this country, I would say I was 21 and coming straight from high school. So coming here, everybody, you know how everybody tells you, like, you're coming to Canada, you think it's going to be heaven and earth. That's what, no, it was. It wasn't like that. So when I came, I went to Naga College. I started doing school, but in the first 4 months, everything was kind of complicated. Everything was so hard, and in the same year, COVID hit, so things were even more complicated. Yeah, but after there, when I just got here, I used to think it was going to be easy to find a job. It wasn't that easy. Also, when you come back from home, when we come from there, we think we know all our English is good. You think your skills gonna do it. No, that was not the case. If anything, I had to adjust. If I had to work on my accent, certain things like that. At least maybe I can be heard. Also, you gotta be smart. It's like I always tell people, if you come to this country, the first people you're gonna meet, they're gonna impact your life. Let's say if you meet good people, or people who are supportive, people who are smart, you're gonna be like them. But also, to this country and you meet bad people, like people who are off your line, let's say people are not doing great, you're gonna be like that. But with me, when I just came, I moved. I was in the house where there was a nurse, a lady. She was a nurse from the Philippines, and then a lady, she was an engineer. So I was the young one. So these people were kind of inspiring. I had no environment where I'm going to meet people who are going to drag me in different kind of stuff. So if I could say my success and everything, I used to ask too much. I used to ask anything. Let's say if I meet people on college, on site, if I don't know anything, I feel free to ask them. So if you could ask me how I adjusted my life, it was through popping up with that kind of lifestyle. You need to ask. You need to go extra miles, talk to people. You don't have to be ashamed of talking to nobody because you're new to the place. You don't know nobody. So you need to step out of your comfort zone. If you're a person who's proud, please, you have to put the pride aside. If anything that's going to put you down, for sure, it's pride. In this country, you don't have to do that. Some people can be like, oh, me, I'm not going to suffer in Canada. This is Canada. Even people born and raised, they will still suffer. But one thing I always say, you have to just be down to earth, be calm. I would say you just have to be in good terms with everybody. Try not to complicate your life. Don't be proud. And also with that, you need to pray. I wouldn't say I was just doing things in my own way. Prayers really worked. 4 months without a job and I was surviving. I was happy. I was braiding hair. I wasn't perfect, but you know what they call confidence? You have that self-esteem thinking you can do it.
Yes.
Will believe you. I wasn't doing the greatest, but I was telling them, I can do your hair.
Yes.
The first month I paid my rent, I was through doing interlocks with dreads, right? From there, I kept on telling people I can do your hair. Trust me, God knows zero experience, not much skills, but you gotta believe in yourself, have that self-esteem that you can do it. But also, like I said, you need to put pride aside. If anything, you have to step out of your comfort zone, do something that's out of the ordinary. Yeah.
Wow, Nadia, I'm so proud of you. You came in at a very young age, and as you mentioned, it's very important because someone coming at more or less at that age, coming to school, probably some of the girls or some of the people who are coming at that age, they don't even have experience of traveling. Like this is the first time you're just being exposed to school, to independence, to so it can really go south very fast. And it's very important to mention that you have to associate or align with yourself with people who will help you grow.
So, achievement wise, it was like a progressive journey. When I was like, I came with a business program. I was supposed to do business because I was into business. Like, even like mentally, I'm into business.
Okay.
Rest of the things, but mentally, I know I have a business mind. So I called my auntie. My auntie is like, she lives in Ottawa. She's like, you know what? If anything, I don't think business is good for you because healthcare is the goal. Like in this country, you gotta be in healthcare. So I was like, okay, what should I do? Mind you, I did really, really think I would be in healthcare. Like how? Like in which I did understand. Like what am I gonna do? Right? So she said, the girl I told you whom I was living in the same house, I asked him, my auntie is telling me I have to do such things in healthcare, but I don't even know nothing. Only thing I know is nursing. Everything is basic, like what we know from back home, doctors. Some things, honestly, like, I was young, I was just from high school. I didn't have any background of any of that. So we go to college, we go to international admin's office. I'm like, I need anything that's in healthcare, but I don't know what it is. She's like, what? I got you. I gotta give you a pharmacy assistant. So she gave me pharmacy. I didn't know how long the program was gonna be. I didn't like. I don't know, for some reason, like my mind was so. I was so naive. Like I didn't like do more research. Maybe I wasn't that sharp kid. Like do more research, find out what's going on in the pharmacy. No, I didn't know how long the program was. But I'm also like this person who adapts to things easily. Like in school, I can do anything. That's why. So I did pharmacy, which was like the first year program. Imagine, I didn't know it was a 1 year program, not until the first semester. So I was like, okay, it's a 1 year program, and as an international student, you typically need to have like 2 years or something. So I did 1 year. I was enjoying pharmacy. It was a good program. And also, like, it was making me feel like, yeah, now, because I didn't know college, coming from home, I knew university and stuff, but I was feeling like a mature person now that I'm, like, doing this thing, compounding drugs, like, so many hard names, and I was doing well in school. So after the first year, I thought I was going to extend 1 more year to do pharmacy technician, but then COVID hit and the program was kind of suspended. It wasn't on campus at that moment.
Oh.
Yeah, that was kind of challenging. And then I'm like, now which other program am I going to do? So I had to send emails to my academic advisor. She's like, you know what? Do PSW. That's the only thing I can tell you to do right now because it's market and it's in demand, right? So I said, okay, I'll do it. And then I had to apply, signed up for the program. But one thing I don't mention is that within all those times, tuition was so high.
Yeah.
When you call home, you'd be like, you're paying tuition every 3 months, and this is like what, 8,000 Canadian dollars. Like it's COVID, pay people to get money from. So that's one thing that we don't mention in this whole journey and everything. So with that, I had to, like, I applied for the program in for PSW. I didn't want to take any breaks. Tuition was so expensive, but this is how I had to do it. I had to get a job. I was working in Niagara Falls and also another job in Welland. So I had 2 jobs.
Yeah.
I started working like crazy, thinking that I'm going to raise at least half of my tuition. And with that, it was not enough still. So I worked at Walmart. And then when I worked at Walmart, to me, I wasn't bothered. Like, I wasn't like thinking of much pay or whatever. All I wanted was a job. So I got a paycheck, like my second paycheck. I said, you know what, I'm not going to keep this money. I had a friend in China. I told him, you know what, can we just do business? I told my friends, I'm going to be selling shoes. So I used cheap shoes from China. They bring them like after 2 weeks. But before I order, I used to post like, on my social media. I'm like, hey, I'm selling shoes. If you want to have like, let's say a pair of shoes, tell me your size, which color you want, and then I can order for you. So you go to Foot Locker, shoes are kind of expensive. But I used to get them from China. If a pair of shoes from Foot Locker is 150, I would sell it 100. But
Wow.
I would get them like $50 with shipping and everything, so everything on top. So with that, I started making money from people in Hamilton. Like my friends from Hamilton, I was
Yeah.
making money from them. So like I noticed in this country, you really have to step out of the comfort zone. Even if
Mhm.
I had two jobs, I was still like I said, I had a business mind. So I wanted to do so I was selling shoes and people started liking them. Facts like, shops were closed sometimes in the COVID time. So
Yes.
mine was just like I ship shoes, I sell them. You have to come pick them at home, or if
Yeah.
I Hamilton, I'll take them. I had some Jordan, like I used to sell Jordans, usually boys' shoes because they are the ones that are really buying.
Mm.
But even girls, they could order, but not like boys.
As much, yeah.
Yeah, and then I had guys from Toronto buying Jordans for me. You know how a pair of would be like 360, they'd be like 150. They're like, that's crazy. It can't be 150. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be 150. So I'm like, if you don't believe 150, then just pay me 200. I'll take it. So guys used to pay me that, and then I ship them on Canada Post. So like if my achievements wasn't like academic wise, but also like mentally I had to just like do something out of the ordinary. But then after PSW, my first year, I was hired. I was hired through agency before even finishing the program. So after being hired in the agency, it was actually like it was something that I never thought it could be like the high words. Instead of the high pay, I haven't finished school. I don't have my certificate. But the agency that hired me, I was supposed to be working 30 minutes from my house, but I didn't have a car. So that's another thing. I didn't have a car. But also one thing I don't mention is that time I was working my two jobs, I used to use a bicycle. So
Wow.
that's crazy, right? So
Yes.
people, my story, my achievements, they see me right now, they'll
Yeah.
know. That's why, like, if you come from back home and you think you're not gonna do this, trust me, you'll find yourself doing things. The funny story, I say I went to Canadian Tire to buy a bicycle, and
Mhm.
then I looked for the cheap one. The cheap one I bought was for kids.
No.
So,
And you're told, Nadia, how did you ride the bicycle?
so listen to this. I got to Canadian Tire. Nobody told me if you go to Facebook, you're gonna find a cheaper one, which is like.
Yes.
So me, I'm like, let me go to Canadian Tire. I see the cheap one. Cheap one was like 100 something dollars. I'm like, I'll go with that one. Ah, I sit. My legs are just. I'm like kneeling down. I'm like, no, what's this? And mind you, I didn't have a receipt. I was so excited about a bicycle. So
Yeah.
I ride. I feel like I'm kneeling down. I'm like, Benny, this is a kid's bicycle. What did I do? So I didn't know that, right?
Yeah.
So honestly, I use that bicycle. Whereas if I'm working, I use it for like how many weeks? See, I used it for a few weeks, but regardless, it was stolen.
Wow. Like also nobody told you you can return that bicycle and exchange or get a credit.
So actually, the receipt, I think I lost the receipt.
Oh yeah.
So excited, I got a bicycle, I'm all riding. I didn't think like, to return the bicycle.
Mhm.
So I think I went to Shoppers. I parked. I put the thing like the locker to lock it.
Yeah.
They got it. They stole my bicycle. I'm like,
No, in Niagara?
no, in Welland.
In Welland.
I see them all. So I said, this is Canada. Like, who steals the bicycle? Esther, I came out of the Shoppers Dragman. I looked at did I park here or I parked over there? Because in my head, it wouldn't like make
No.
any sense. So yeah,
No.
they stole my bicycle and then I had to walk. I had
Okay.
to walk to home because the fares were like you. I'm trying to save money, right? I'm trying to save money. If
Hmm.
I don't use the fares for the bus, that means I'm saving something. But also, after a few days later, the lady I was staying with is like, just go check on Facebook. You can find a bike. I found a cheaper one for $50, bigger bike. But I would say that whole year, I used a bicycle. The whole year, I used to use a bicycle. No Uber, no nothing. So
Mhm.
if anything, and also because the bus during COVID, they say we cannot use our school passes. So I would
Yeah.
use the bicycle. To me, it was convenient. But then, like, I was happy. Even if I was like hustling, struggling, I was happy because either way, end of the day, things gonna work out. So
Right.
after there, when I became a PSW, that was after 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
What we could do, we could like call people, our friends who have cars. We pay them like a little bit of money, but not like Uber wise. So
Mm-hmm.
and drop us to work, and then just do it like that. So when I looked at how I'm struggling, I was motivated to work hard and get my own car. Work hard. Like in any way I was struggling, I was forced to work hard. I was really forced to work hard. Like a year later, I got my own car. Everything started coming to light. Yeah.
Yeah. And you got a beautiful car because I remember we went to Niagara together.
Anything, Esther, I'll be honest, and everybody who's listening,
Yeah.
don't put stuff down. If you're manifesting for good things. Because
So,
I feel like, to be honest, I always tell myself everything starts in the mind. Like, if you feel like, oh, I'm Esther, this is like what I believe I could have, you can have better than that. So just like money for good things. So in my head, I'm like, I don't know, but I believe like I'm not meant for these small cars. Like I need a good car. I need a big car. It was a Nissan Rogue,
yeah.
sun, everything open. Very to me, it was nice
Yeah.
to compared to the way how I was working and everything. You would think I'm working like more than anybody else, and even up to date, I don't live better than anybody. But it's just like I be manifesting for good things, and I always like feel like you know what? If that person can have it, I can have it also. And also sometimes I don't rely on people. I go with my own like
Mm,
ways. I'm like, I need that. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, that car I don't have it right now.
yeah.
But I think I worked in Sault Ste. Marie, 5 hours away from here. I had a contract over there and the roads are so bad. So there are tiny roads. So
Yeah.
one time it was foggy, winter time coming. You know how it gets dark, like too early when winter starts.
Yeah.
So I think I don't know. I think I missed a lane and then I got an accident with that car.
Oh no.
Yeah, so it was a total loss, but I survived. Nothing happened, and now I don't have it. But even after there, I was going for a Jeep. Like that's how crazy.
Yes.
I don't really like. And then I told myself, I'm like, God, you know what? You even knew I wanted to change a car, so now it's my time to get my Jeep. Yeah. So,
Bigger and better.
yeah, yeah. But then I didn't get a Jeep that time, so
Mm.
finally got a Volkswagen Tiguan. Is which
Wow.
what I'm driving right now.
That's a good car too.
I
I'm
mean,
happy for you.
yeah, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
I always tell people, like, if I would say my achievement, it wasn't nothing like an easy journey, but it was like more of like work hard, prayer, and then also have this self-esteem. Put your confidence up here. Like, believe that you can get this, you can get that. I all can do it. It's just that sometimes we limit ourselves, and also we have the fear. We have the fear saying, no, this is going to happen. Let me tell you something, Esther. My lifestyle, I've never had, let's say if I used to eat like, let's say chicken, now I can eat beans because I'm living this kind of lifestyle. No, it's going to be the same. It's going to be constant. Like, so I would say don't limit yourself to certain things. To me, last time I told my mom, she was saying she wants me to be home every year. So,
Yeah.
Mom, if I don't come home every year, I can save money. She's
Yeah.
like, what do you mean you can save money? I can save money, buy like a plot of land and stuff. He's like, let me tell you something. How many people don't travel like you do and they don't even have that plot of land?
Yeah.
Cap,
Right. Right.
cap nerds.
Right.
So I'm like,
Right.
I think
Right.
I know my friends I found here 7 years, no car. We live in a condo right now. They still like in a shared accommodation. This is like 10 years back. And the way how they live, it's like it's so hard to get all ends meeting. Like they haven't gone to school, and that's like a damn problem because they have like us who are paying for ourselves. These ones are like citizens, permanent residents. So to me, that's why I say, you know what, you need to really work hard, step out of your comfort zone. Because here, one thing people we all know there's so much access. You can have school, you can have people like motivating you to do certain things just through your friends. But also, like I said, the first people you're gonna meet here, they're gonna impact your life. I live in Naga region. We used to meet you. I used to meet you girls, and you are like all shiny, you're all fly, because you all like girls of high caliber. So it's not like I'm like with people who are below me. So I'm like, you know what? Even my friends, they're up here. So there's no way I'm gonna be down. But then like also people here, if you come with people who are like demotivating you, like they're telling you, oh, you can't do this, who are you? Like, you're gonna go first time in school, but just go try. You never know. To me, there's so much connection in school. There's
Yeah.
so much connection in school. If anything, I'd be like, if you go to school, you're gonna be open to so many things, opportunities and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. It's the connection, connecting, aligning yourself, networking,
that's
like
right.
yeah, align yourself with people who like for sure. It's not competing, but they're motivating you to do better.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
So where are you stationed right now? And like just maybe tell people what you do exactly at this moment.
Okay.
Are there any challenges you faced because of your gender, your color, or anything in your profession?
Oh yes. Oh yes. 100%. So starting with where I work right now, I'm so dynamic. Like I change things anyhow. Anything me money to it, I'm gonna do it. So currently, I'm still working as a PSW, but not full time into it.
Yeah.
I'm doing it right now because I was waiting for my papers. I just got my PR, so I'm like going back to school.
Congratulations, Nadia. This is a celebration. I always tell people, like, people don't know how much it means.
No, they don't know. Like you always like under that trauma where what if they deny? What if some? I've been here 4 years, 4 years, 2 years school, and then the same time I got my PR. Some people even after 5 years, 6 years. Let me tell you something, Esther. That's why I always tell myself, don't limit yourself. It doesn't matter who you are. I know some nurses I work with, like big nurses. They're RPN RNs, but they've been waiting for the drawer and they didn't get them into the drawer.
Yeah.
This is crazy because the pilot I used, it was straight, right? So I got my PR before them, but they are 6 years. So some things it's not even us, but also it's God. To me, it's God. So if I would say IDP, some people think underestimate the PSW job, but to me, I wouldn't say that because if I'm doing it, if like it's bringing me money, it can get me somewhere, right? I wouldn't underestimate it. But something you underestimate, you never know it's gonna be your stepping stone.
You never know.
Yeah, it may be hard, it may be challenging, it may sound funny. Some people even think I'm a nurse. I won't say no. I'll be like, whatever you think, because it's not my thing to tell you what, right? So, yeah, but my lifestyle and everything, they'd be like, are you a nurse? I'm like, if you think so, because I'm not going to come here and then tell you all things and, that's not what's going to be.
It's not
But
your business.
now I'm doing that through agency. So I work sometimes and then I work when I want. It's not like I have a schedule all the time. And also talking of that, it's kind of slow right now. So it's not like you have contracts that much. But also this year I joined the financial business. So I'm into finance.
Nice.
Yeah, part-time side hustle. So I joined in finance, doing life insurance. More like it's like life insurance, and then also like I'm not like a person who could advise people on mortgage or something, but also like those kind of real estate. But the field where I am in the financial industry where we are right now, like I work with people. You talked of stereotype, people of your color, your age and stuff. Oh, this is huge. Now in that financial industry where I am,
Yeah.
I was linked up by a guy from my country, but he lived in Malawi. Now he lives in Kingston. He has a painting company. He's a working guy. So he just opened a wine industry, a wine company in Malawi. I saw this guy. I'm like, yo, how did you do this? Like, you just opened a wine company. I'm like, yeah. So before that, I opened an online business to do drop shipping. Like my mind is in business. Like
I see that. I see that. And it's good that you're not like putting that aside.
no.
Yeah.
So before that, how he got to know that I really wanted to be into business, I opened an online business I was doing on Shopify. I was gonna do cosmetics, fashion, all that. Everything is now up and running. It's not up and running, but it's open. The website is there. Everything you wanna do payments, you can do everything. But my challenge was when it's online business, right? So many people are doing this business, but the only difference is you have to do a lot of marketing. You have to do a lot of advertising. But people who can do that, most of them are in the United States. You have to call people you don't know, you pay them, but you don't know if they're gonna start doing that. So there's, I think it's quite. Is it iOS or SO something? It's like something. If
Yeah.
they have a website and they start doing marketing for you, you're
Yeah.
going to on people's social media. Like you ever be on Instagram and you see somebody, oh, buy this. I'm
Yes.
like,
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
that was the thing. I needed to for that. And then they're charging me a lot of money. But also me sitting home, I'm not having customers buying anything for my online business, but then putting money into it. It's
Mm-hmm.
not supposed to be like that, but also I didn't have that much money to put because it was random. I didn't plan, I didn't have like any net plan for it. So at least, if it starts, I know I'm going to face these challenges. But I said, you know what? I was paying for subscriptions too for Shopify. And this is nobody told me you could do a Shopify business. I just sat down and I thought, how can I do online business? What can I started doing my own research.
Yeah.
I've been really successful into Shopify, but it's like crypto, it's like this kind of like online stock. Like it's not gonna be easy. You need to learn, you need to take courses, you need to take other things. So me, I didn't have money to pay for courses and stuff. So I closed the account, but I didn't like deactivate it. So now I can always go in if I have money and then put it on to go again. So that one too, when the guy saw me doing that, because I was just like posting and I was doing like all that designs for my site and everything. So he's like, oh my god, like you're doing too much, right? So he's like, I can help you. So I do finance, like I'm into finance. I can link you up and then you can start like working with these people. So he hooked me up. It's this all these people are they're
Yeah.
all Indians. Most of them are Indians.
They work smart. They don't really
Yeah,
work hard, these guys. Like they just
yeah. So all these people are Indians. I started. He gave me the guy very, very like motivated. Like you can't tell them you can't do this. They know they can do anything. So he started telling me. So we had to first do some trainings online. He
Yeah.
started training me how like it works into finance, things like wealth simple, things like life insurance, mortgage, things they don't tell us here, credits and things. There's so many things they don't tell us in this country, and in the long run, we all need them. They don't tell you, okay, so you're supposed to put $100 every month for your life insurance. 25 from now, you will be like $1 million worth. If you say like, and this is like insurance for your life. Like let's say if it's 25 years after, and you put money into it, you can get your $1 million back. You've been saving into that. So all they don't tell us. So they told me so many things. I would pay so much taxes, like all the things that they don't tell us. Like you can save on your taxes by like let's say you tell your job not to take taxes and then you can override, you put all your expenses, all those things. I started training, like I started training stuff like that. So eventually I signed up. I'm supposed to be like completing my last two exams this month. So I started doing courses and exams. It's not easy. It's
Wow.
because these are the things you're supposed to go to school, but these people from here they make you like you have to do it within 2 months.
Wow. It's like a crash program.
And how you nurses do your insights, this is
Yeah.
you have to take those exams. You're on a camera, you can't like cheat. It's so hard. And
Yeah.
then it's the company is called WFG. It's in the United States. So if you you can also expand get clients in the United States. So with that, I started doing that. Like it's a part-time hustle. I always get like a few clients, but not all the times. But all hard work. So me talking of the stereotype, to be honest, if I'm in the meeting, if I'm in the room, we're in the conference, I would say I could be like one black lady in there,
Yeah.
just intimidating because it's like, am I doing the right thing? Am I where I'm supposed to be? Most of them are Indians. They were like out of nowhere in the conference, they start speaking their own language.
Oh no.
Yeah, so you just be mom, like you can't say nothing. But yeah, like also me being now right now I'm 24, so like as, again I feel like I'm the young one in there. But then for them, it's not like they gonna discriminate you or like they're gonna make you feel like you cannot do it. I feel me I haven't faced that in that industry where I am. It's just for me it's kind of intimidating being like maybe there are other people because the team I work with it's with Indians, but there are other teams with like black people and all that. But to me, it's also a good thing because at least I mind my business. I mind
Yes.
my business because if anything, like if you're in the black, like let's say in the black race or whatever, with
Yeah.
us here, people may not understand, but we all know that this is happening and exists. There's gonna be so much competition. They're gonna be people wanting to know, oh, Ace is doing this, who is she? Like, okay, they wanna know more about you, and then it's like sometimes it's not gonna be good for you because it's like can pull you down. People don't believe in energies, but I believe in energies.
Yes. No,
Like,
it's true. I do believe in that too. Yeah.
so, like us also, we have to be mindful of the energies. Yes, we love our own black people. We love them so much, but also we have to be mindful of who we get into our lives. Because
Yeah.
even me saying my whole journey, I've had friends, but also people start hating on you out of nowhere. You know why? Because you're better than them. But then with these Indians, there are mafias in there. Who's gonna hate on you? You don't even have nothing. They have like thousands and properties. So with
I,
us people, sorry, with us black people, instead of us pulling each other like to be somewhere, we want to compete. You know,
mhm.
so if you want to be in that kind of competition, then it's not going to work. But then, like, with these people, they wish you good. They're like, this guy is always calling me. Are you coming to do the exam? Are you coming to the office? Did you get some clients? That's how it is. But then my challenge, even which I feel like it's gonna be hard for me, and sometimes maybe I may have to let it go,
Yeah.
or what. I don't get black clients. Like my friends, I call them if I want to sell, like let's say if I want to sell like life insurance.
Mhm.
I explain to them. They start asking me things about my personal life, which I'm not supposed to disclose. So if I have a client, I'm not gonna do them. I'll give them to another person because
Yeah.
they know me. Esther is my friend, so
Yeah.
if I tell Esther to buy life insurance, I'm giving her example of this thing. She's gonna know my whole life, and then she may use it for her. She may use all that information for her own purpose. So I'll
Yeah.
give, let's say, to my friend who is like Indian. They can help them. So
Mhm.
that's one challenge too. Having like clients like who are of my race. It's
Yeah.
hard. Like it's hard. And also, if anything, you can help them at the moment, but then like a few years later, they may may know how Esther has been there. Like she used to do this, stuff like that. So it's also challenging. It's also challenging with our own people, and I've seen it that much in this kind of industry. But
Yeah.
also in the previous industry, like let's say PSW or something, if you're black, you gotta be careful
Mm-hmm.
because you may touch somebody and they, oh, she's rough, blah, blah, blah. No, because like that's how you work, and then they
Yeah.
have like white people like who are gonna be, oh hey, it's so like I mind you, I don't know how to do all those things. Like you be too sweet. I don't know. Like I'm not gonna force myself to be who I'm not.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, stereotype is a big thing when it comes to this business and also like in the environment here. Like
Right.
get it at work a lot. The way how they treat people in the office when you're black is different when they treat their own people here. It's
Right.
and also one thing with us, reasons why I feel like it's so hard for us to like to put up something.
Yeah.
It's like we don't put each other. We're just like competing. We are competing, and these are like useless competition. But then like Indians, they're gonna call their friends. Their friend calls their friends. Like it's always like that. It's positive.
That's true. And I agree with you when you talk about like unhealthy competition among like our race. Because I was chatting with my friend the other day, and we're like, we see Indians buying homes and homes, and they will just pull each other. And there was a time I was just like literally in an Uber, and the guy was like, you know what? Like, if you have two, three friends, he was Indian. He was like, if you have two, three friends, you come together and you buy a house. And I'm like, it's so true. But you tell that to your fellow, black person and be like, no, 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 I can't. I don't even trust you with my
So
20,000.
if I got the $20,000, $200, like
Yeah, $200. Like, no, I cannot do that. Oh, blah. But that's how they pull each other, and they grow together, and within like short duration.
if three people and buy a house this year and sell it next year, I believe each of everybody can just split and have their own money to do a down payment for the next house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now tell me, you have so many things you're doing at the same time, and still you have some time for yourself to say, this is Nadia time, I'm traveling, I'm taking off. Like, how do you balance those things? Being working, being trying businesses, traveling, how do you find that balance?
Actually, I feel the way how I do it is even better because if I would be working for people, I wouldn't get that much time. Let's say if I was working for a home and I'm like part time or full time,
Yeah.
that's all deception. I'm not going to work for nobody. I have to work for myself.
Mhm.
I work for myself. It's like financially independence. Like you gotta be independent on your finances. Like you don't have to rely on somebody to get. Like okay, of course I'm gonna rely on my contracts to get money. But if
Yeah.
I make money from these contracts, I can make my own business and I'll just depend on my business. But not on you because you have to give me a job, you have to give me a gig in own sound, and then I have to be away from home. I've done travel. I've been away from. I used to have my apartment in Burlington,
Yeah.
and I hardly slept in my place. It's like I was always out of town working, quality of food, I'm eating fake food. It's just like, and also you're working 16 hours sometimes. It's a lot of work and it's like you're not living life. And then, I say we all notice that, if you work like this, you're gonna break down at some point. We
True.
all need this. We all need to watch Netflix. We all need to come.
Yes.
We all need to party on weekends. But how are you gonna do that if, let's say, you're like tied up to your job, like you're 60. So I noticed that I'm like, this is not how I want my life to be. In as much as I know if you go out of town, you're gonna make more money, but also I have to find a smart way of making this money without going far away. So I said, you know what, I'll stick around here, but then also I'm gonna find ways I can make that extra money I've been making out of town and make it through like all this kind of business. So me balancing life and work is just based on me being free from working for people and then do my own schedule. Right now, if Esther tells me you have to, like, you have a meeting or something, I'll tell at work I'm not coming. Shifts can come on the app. I'm not picking anything. But if I'm full time, I'm 6 to 2, 6 to 2, all week, 2 years.
You can't negotiate.
Yo,
Prioritizing yourself too, like I see that a lot in you, like you prioritize your time, your quality time, your Nadia, so that like nobody, if I have to call in for my time, I will call in for my time.
yes.
Right? Yeah, that's really good.
So now I know I have this meeting after I go for my dental appointment, and I have work in the afternoon because you know why? My schedule is flexible.
Wow, I love that. I love that. So as we conclude, because I know I've kept here for some time, but I'm really loving and enjoying this conversation, Nadia. So what do we see? Like, what's the vision? What's the future? What should we expect from Nadia?
Okay, I feel to me my expectations are bigger as you should expect them the same way I expect them. But with that being said, I'm not like expecting anything without like putting myself into God's hands. Because where I am right now, it's only God. And also to be honest, let me tell you, anybody who is listening or even Esther who is here right now, guys, prayers work. We us as people, we don't really do things on our own, but we pray. Like even if I could say my hustles and everything, I rely on God to show me the move. I rely on God to tell me where to go next. So my achievements are nothing like other than like I'm going back to school. I'm thinking to go for ultrasound, so I'm going back to school for that. But also I feel like I'm going into business more and more. In as much as I want to stay in that industry, healthcare wise, but also I wanna like put myself explore more about business because I feel like there's money in business, there's money in finance. That's what money is. So to me, I feel like all you could expect is not more than other than success. So yeah, of course you're gonna expect some success.
Yeah.
Hopefully you have more money next year, can even buy property. So that's all manifestations. It's not like it's gonna happen, but manifesting. If
There's
you
power. There's power in manifestation.
yeah, it doesn't happen, at least I had it in mind. Because where I am right now, I'm living where I'm supposed to be right now. Everything I'm living, I'm into my manifestation. So yeah, like if anything, we're hoping for something bigger, and for sure, yeah, we all have to work hard. We all have to work hard, pray hard, and also yeah, prioritize yourself. Like put yourself first. You know.
Thank you, Nadia. All the best in all your journey and congratulations for all your achievements. Now, parting shot, like for someone who is just landed in Canada, like more or less like how you landed in Canada as a student, just a word of encouragement for young women out there.
So, young ladies, if you come to this country, don't say I don't have friends. Don't say like because I don't have anybody, I cannot get a job. One thing I say, you believe in yourself. You're not going to like have friends by like let's say because they have to be there. Just step out there, talk to people, tell them how you feel, tell them your problems. You just need to let them know you're vulnerable, you need help, right? Because me, most of my jobs I haven't gotten them through friends. I asked somebody, oh, Esther, you're putting on scrubs. Are you a nurse? Are you a priest? Oh, you do this for a living? Okay, can I ask you how I can get into this? If you meet somebody on the bus and you see they do something that's better than what you're doing, ask them, just link up. To me, it's like be open to ask. Be open to ask. And also do your own research. Do your own research. Do so much research. Friends, let me tell you something. Friends are not going to help that much. Because also them, they're struggling. They don't want you to be like them.
Yeah.
If anything, you're gonna be below them all the time. So
Yes.
of that much. But if anything, do your own research and also like be open to ask. Be open to ask because I feel that's where we're all gonna find. These people I do finances with, none of them is my friends. None of them is my friends. They're Indian. But also were through these guys seeing what I was doing and then they helped me. Like my first job, PSW, I met a lady at work. She was through agency and then she asked me, you work for it? I'm like, yeah. She asked me couple questions. She's like, get this number, call them. Like, you need to ask, just be open. Like, to me, it's just be open, be social. Don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself. Friends, I don't know about that, but friends are not gonna do much, but
Yeah.
also don't rely on your own people. If it's Filipinos, feel free to ask. Indians, Latinos, ask anybody. Don't like. To me, that's my advice for young people. Be open, because to me that was one thing that helped me a lot. You have to ask. That's all. Yeah.
Wow, wow. Thank you, Nadia, for joining this platform today. I have personally learned a lot. I've been inspired.
Oh, thanks.
No, yeah, a lot of people who will watch this video will also feel the same way and they'll be inspired too.
I hope so.
Yeah, they will. Thank you for joining, and I'll be reaching out again to you to
Yeah.
just come and talk about the financial bit.
Oh, nice, nice, nice.
Okay. Thank you for your time, Nadia.
Me, yeah. Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.